last lecture, what we discussed two types of data types are available. We can broadly classify. One is basic category type data types, basic data types in Python. This, in that we have already seen that we discussed integer was a one data type. Then we discussed about float. Then we discussed about complex, and obviously we have not discussed in detail because this is not going to be used in data science, but although it's supported in Python. Then we discussed about logical, that is bool type data type. Then we discussed about string data type. Okay, so these 5 data types, sometimes called as a basic data types, or maybe called as a fundamental data types, or sometimes people also used to say atomic data type. Now it's okay that we discuss the data types, but what exactly we are going to get if we know the data types of a particular variable, what we are going to use this information, how we are going to use this information. So for example, let's say if I write x is equal to 2, that means I know if I write this code type of x, the output will be in that we have discussed in the last lecture. So what exactly this information giving information to us? So obviously, for example, let's say if I give two numbers to you people, let's say if I'm giving number 2 and let's say 4. So now if I ask you what type of operation that you can perform with these two numbers, automatically your mind will say you can perform addition operation, 2 plus 4, that is 6. You might say we can perform multiplication operation. For example, 2 into 4, that is 8. You might say we can perform division operation, so something like that. Okay, so this is 0.5. So once you know the data types, you also know what are the operations that you can perform with those variable. For example, let's say if I say x is equal to, let's say if I say hello. Now in this case, if I ask you, can you multiply let's say one more string we take, let's say y is equal to, let's say hi. Now these two numbers are like 2 and 4. In the same way, we have defined two strings, hello and hi. Can we multiply these two strings? No. Can we divide these two strings? No. So what I'm trying to say, once you know the data type, you are also going to basically that information about what are the valid operations that you can perform, with that data type. For example, this plus, multiply, minus, etc. These are defined for number type of data type. Okay, and the same way in case of a string, like concatenation. Concatenation is nothing but basically you are going to write, let's say, a string one after another. Let's say if you are using this, you are concatenating this hello with hi. So you will going to write like this: hello immediately followed by hi. So basically you are joining two strings. Okay, so joining two string is different from adding two numbers, guys. So obviously what I'm trying to say over here, let's say if data type is number type, obviously you will say you can add these numbers, you can multiply, you can subtract, etc. But you never say like we will concatenate these numbers. So what I'm trying to say, when you know the data types, you are going to know that these are the some valid operations that you can perform very easily, valid operation, and these are the some invalid operations that you can't perform. For example, in case of a string, if I ask you two string I am providing to you, can you multiply these two strings? No. So in this case, you can say multiplication. If the string is x and y, let's say two variable having a string value, you want to multiply. So computer will say it's an invalid operation. You can't perform. So data type is giving the information with reference to a particular value, whether we can perform this operation or we can't perform this operation. So this is data type. Okay, this is the use of data type. Another use of data type is what? For example, let's say let me change this page number. Let's say ultimately, if we are writing x equal to 3, what does mean it? Inside one memory location, 3 is going to store and x is going to point this. In the same way, if you say x is equal to hello, so this variable going to be point some memory location, another memory location of that's sure. This memory location will be different from this memory location, and here hello is stored. So guys, depending upon data types, the memory space requirement will be different for different data types. So computer has to arrange some sort of memory space depending upon data types. So guys, once again, I'm repeating you, if you know the data types, there are two things you can easily interpret through this. What are the valid operation? What are the valid operation that associated with that particular data type? Associated with that particular data type. Okay. And of course, at the same time, there are certain set of operations that you can't perform. So you can say with reference to that data type, these are invalid operations. Okay. This is the one thing. Second thing, memory space requirement. Computer, if we are going to supply that data type of particular variable, memory space requirement will be calculated by the computer internally. Memory space requirement, all things will be taken care by the computer internally. So these things I want to convey over here. So now guys, let me take you this slide once again. So when you talk about basic data type, we have already covered 5 types of basic data type in last lecture. Apart from that, we also covered this type function, and we also covered this ID function in the last lecture. And those set of students, unfortunately, not able to attend the first lecture. Recording will be shared to you, so no need to worry at all. Now, apart from basic data type, let me take you in the next slide, a blank slide, in fact. So let me take you blank slide over here, and let me delete over here. So guys, once again, I am writing over here. For example, let's say, once again, I am writing basic data type because I want to cover some advanced data types over here. So basic data type, once again, I'm going to write the same thing, just repetition, but I'm writing for some specific purpose. Integer, float, complex, then bool. So integer, float, complex, bool, and then finally string, str. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about advanced data type. Advanced data type or data structure. So guys, this advanced data type and data structure, first of all, these terminology giving some sense of, that we are not talking about single element. We are talking about collection of elements. For example, in this case, we are going to discuss about list is a one data structure. Then we will going to discuss about tuple is another data structure. Then we will going to talk about set, and then we will going to talk about dictionary. So let me explain what is list, then things will be clear to you. So guys, list is nothing but basically collection of elements. List is nothing but basically you can think of. List is nothing. I'm just talking about list right now, guys. Then I will take you to the code also. List is nothing but basically you can think of collection of elements. Okay, guys. And what do you mean collection of elements? These collection of elements basically going to be that of type basic data type. So combination of, in any order, combination of those basic data type elements going to form this collection. So for example, you might think of this list. Let's say I'm going to create a list L1. List L1. List is always that represented in case of Python using square bracket. So this list is nothing but basically collection of elements. Each element of the list is separated with the comma. So guys, in this case, you can think of, I have created list of the 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. And although I have not specified the value of each element, but you can think of the collection of element of the list is always going to be formed with the combination of these 5 data types. So for example, you might see, let's say 2, randomly I'm just taking 35, once again 2. So you can think of this L1 is a list, means collection of elements formed by taking the all element of type integer. So this is one example. Another example, you can think of list maybe combination of, let's say, two. You are now taking 8.5. Now you are saying hello is another. So here you can think of, I have taken this list in such a way that this 2 is type of integer, this 8.5 is type of float, and this hello is type of string. So again, the theme is same, collection of elements represented by the list, but at the same time, this time you can think of each element is of different basic data type. So once again, I am going to repeat it. List is nothing but we say collection of elements. And within a list, it might be possible that you might going to see list of the similar data type. All elements belong to the same category of basic data type. Maybe an integer that we have taken, maybe a float type we have taken, maybe complex, or maybe combination of these things. So you can think of his list is two type. One is homogeneous and another is heterogeneous. When the element of the list of the similar type, in this case of the same type, integer type, maybe a float type, whatever. So these we are saying homogeneous, means similar data type of all elements. In this case, heterogeneous data type for all elements, guys. So this is, I'm just giving initial level intuition, guys. Okay. So in fact, let me take you towards this Jupyter file, then things will be much more clear. So guys, let me take you on Jupyter notebook. So Aditi, can you confirm that my Jupyter notebook is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, we can see that, sir. But before Jupyter Notebook, I wanna share one thing, which is, one of the participants have doubt that how they can use Google Colab as well. So just please give a short introduction about the use of Google Colab, and then we'll going to do everything practically in Jupyter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, what I will do, that Google Colab how to use that, I will if that guy don't mind, then we can take later on, maybe in the last, because I need to that log into a Gmail account, lot of things. Then we will take this question at last.
Okay, so like most of the participants are new in today's session. So guys, what you need to do is, sir, like for 2 minutes, I'll share my screen so that all the participants who are new in today's session, they can do everything practically with you. Yeah. So can you please allow me to share my screen once? Yes, thank you. So who are the person who, like, new to the session? What you need to do is, first of all, you need to go to the Google Chrome, any of the browser you can use, and go to the Anaconda download. If you'll click on the first link by writing Anaconda download, you just need to click on, scroll a bit, and you will see the option for Windows, Mac, and Linux. Whatever the operating system you have, download the appropriate software version, the Anaconda version for your system. If you'll click on it, automatically the downloading will start. This process is for the new participants who have joined today's session. Rather than that, we have one more option of using Google Colab. So you'll just write Google Colab, click on it. For that, you need to have the Google account. This is mandatory stuff if you are using Google Colab. And after writing this, yeah, you need to just sign in, and then you will see the dialog box like this. If you'll click on the welcome to the collaboratory, you will see that option. And what you need to do, you need to just click on file, and you can click on new notebook to create a new notebook as per your flexibility for R or Python. And then directly you can use all the code in a Google Colab, but for that you need internet connection. Right, sir? Yes, sir. Are you there?
Hello. Aditi,
Yes, sir.
yes, sorry, there's some issue with the technical issue. So
Okay.
now can I share my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, the participants who have joined today, you all need to do, or you all need to run all the code practically with sir. Okay. So you can implement the learning practically, and in the live session only, we're going to solve all your doubts. Yes, sir. You can continue, and I'm stopping sharing my screen.
Yes. So guys, I'm just I have covered little bit theory. I want the session should be interactive enough. So what I have till now, what I have discussed in theory, let's practically implement all those things. So what I have discussed about list. So list. So first question is how we can create a list. In order to create a list, there are two options. Either using the list function, you can create a list. This is one function. And second method you can think of, in fact, list is represented by square bracket. So simply directly use this square bracket, and you have to calculate in your mind how many elements that you want to see in your list. So for example, let's say I'm going to create a list of 5 elements. So what I will do, any variable naming convention will be same that what discussed in the last lecture. So let's say I'm going to take a list 1. I have taken this list 1 variable. In that I'm going to assign I'm going to create a list, and then I'm going to assign this list to a list 1 variable. So for example, in order to create this, first I will type square bracket. Within the square bracket, as I discussed with you, I have already decided that I'm going to create a list of 5 elements. So in order to create a 5 elements, obviously each element of the list must be comma separated from each other. So what I'm trying to say, guys, over here, let's say if my intention is to create a list of 5 elements, obviously there will be 4 comma. So this is one value, second value, third value, and you can see a fourth value, and now one more comma. So one value, two value, three value, four value, and fifth value. So in this way, 4 comma will be required in order to create a list of 5 elements. So obviously, as a beginner level, what I suggest for you, just first create a space like this. So I have created the space like this. Now let's say you want that first element should be, let's say 4. Let's say, for example, any random value you can think of. Let's say now you are saying, let's say string hello is the second element. Then let's say you are creating that third element is, let's say 5. And again you are saying the fourth element, let's say float type. Or maybe you can decide the next element. So we have taken 4 elements. The next element, let's say a logical type. So list can have, that heterogeneous data type. Means list is what? Collection of elements, first thing. And each element might be of different basic data type nature. So guys, in this case, I have created list of 5 elements. So now I'm going to execute this. In order to execute this, as I told you in the last lecture, we have 3 options. Either we can go to the run. Second option is control plus enter, and third option shift plus enter. So I'm going to use the cursor is here blinking in this cell. That means this cell is selected active. Now I'm going to use control shift plus enter. Shift plus enter simultaneously. What will happen? This cell will get executed and the control will go to the next cell. So you can see over here, control is now shifted to the next cell. Now there is a problem. So where is the problem? There is a problem. The problem is what? Problem, I can tell you problem is what. And guys, one more thing, at initial level, it is always recommended if you want to learn programming, as much as you mistake you can do. This is all those mistakes need not to worry at all. These are the learning, things for you. So for example, in this case, what is the mistake? Mistake over here is, if you just see this example, if this is opening bracket is 1, then the closing bracket should also be 1. So this opening bracket and closed bracket should be same basically over here. In this case, you can see over here, there is a 1 opening bracket, but there is 2 closing brackets over here. So because of this is an error, guys. So if we have to remove this, how we can remove this? And in fact, this the Python environment also giving message to you, unmatched this square bracket. So once again, I'm going to repeat. In order to create a list, what you have to do, you have to use square bracket. Then you decide how many number of elements that you want to see in your list. So number of comma, if I write a formula, number of comma inside list is nothing but number of elements minus 1. For example, in this case, I want to see a 5 elements, then a 4 comma. So now I have to just correct it. How we can correct it? The problem we understand that this is one extra one. So we will delete this. We will delete this. And after deleting this, if we execute this, then there will be no problem. So let me just remove this now. So I'm going to remove this. So now as you can see here, I have removed it. Now you can see here in this expression only one opening bracket, one is closing bracket. Now I'm going to run it through shift enter. You can see over here. Now computer has successfully executed this. Now you want to check it whether list one is really going to have this list or not. So there are two options. Either you just type like this list one and then shift enter. The list will get printed over here. You can see over here this variable printing this list. This is one option. Another option, you can use print statement. You want to print the list. What you will do, not only list, any variable value you want to print over here, so just use print function. Within a print, just pass the variable name list one. For example, if I execute this, shift enter. So see over here, only difference is what? Here some sort of that Python is doing some sort of that some arrangement over here, but here there is no arrangement, and that is irrelevant for us. This not matter whether it's out 3 or whatever it is. That is irrelevant for us. Output is matter, that is matching over here. So guys, this is one way of creating a list. Sometimes you want to create an empty list. For that, what you can do, just either you say list S, let's say S is representing a list, either you just leave as it is. This is going to create an empty list. Empty list means list with no items. And or sometimes you might say like list. This will also create a list with empty list, means no items over here. So what I'm trying to say over here, guys, just let's see practically over here. So for example, let's say I'm going to create a list. Let's say any variable name, and let's say S1, not S1, let's say. Now I'm going to create a list with list function, and I'm not passing anything. So this will create an empty list, guys. You can check over here if you are going to print the value of S1, print S1. Now you can see over here the empty list gets printed, no element, guys. Okay, so this is one way of creating empty list. Another way is what? Let's say S2. Another variable I'm taking, any random variable. You may think of, let's say S, maybe LS, whatever that variable naming rules are there. We are following those rules. In that rules, I am repeating once again, our variable name should not start with a digit. Let's see, do one experiment. If we start with 2ls is equal to, let's see, I'm saying this. Now see over here, it will give an error message. Why is error message? Because this variable name is starting with digit. That is not allowed. So how to correct this error? How to correct this error? Instead of 2 over here, we can use 2 anywhere. Not this is sure that we can't use at the first character, first place this digit. We can use anywhere between L and S. We can use after S. We can use, no problem at all. So I'm going to use after S. Let's say this. Now I'm going to execute this. There will be no error. Python environment will not mind this because we have followed the variable naming rules. So now here, once again, if we print this, it will also going to print empty list. You can see over here, guys. So guys, till now what we have seen, how to create a list. In that we have seen how to create a list. Now once we create a list means collection of data items. And obviously when we are working for data science project, we are doing some work for data science. So obviously we have to play around with the data. So you think in this way. Let me open my blackboard. So let's say I'm just representing any variable L and is representing list like this. Let's say This is the first element is correct, single is that string of single character. Now let's say 2. Now let's say 4. Let's say this is B. I have arbitrarily taken here. So in this case, guys, you can think of how many elements are there? 4 elements. Okay, each element is comma separated. You can see over here, this is the first element, then this comma, second element, comma, third element, comma, fourth element, comma, guys. Now guys, see this arrangement. Let's say now I want to print this element, second element of the list, or maybe I want to extract this element value from the list. How I can do it? So in order to access the element stored inside the list, we have to first understand how those elements get stored inside the list. So guys, once again, I am going to rewrite this structure for in big space, A, then 2, then 4, then B. So this is a list. Okay, guys, how many elements are there? 4 elements. And as per the numbering used in Python programming, this is at location number 0. In Python, the counting the location number always, the address is always started with 0. So this A is stored at 0th location. This is stored at first location in sequence. This is stored at the second location. This is stored at the third location. So guys, you can see over here, this. So at 0th location, A is stored. At first location, 2 is stored. 4th is stored at the location 2, and this is stored at location 3, guys. Please make sure that there should be no confusion. Here the numbering starts with 0. This is called index labeling. Index labeling for list, it starts with 0 in Python. And this is called positive index labeling. Positive index labeling. In the same way, Python has given us one advanced concept, that is negative index labeling. And negative index labeling is start from the end of the list. So this can also be written as -1 label. This is a -2 index position. This is -3 index position. And this is -4 index position, guys. So guys, this is the things that Python has given to us. Once again, I'm going to repeat it. This is very, very important concept. So let's say a list of 6 elements. Let's say I'm going to draw the list of 6 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So obviously, as I told you, this is at location 0. This is location at 1. This is location 2. This is location 3. This is location 4. This is location 5. Index value. So positive indexing starts with 0 and it will move in this direction. This is called forward direction. Forward direction. Left to right. At the same time, Python has given one more option to us. Negative direction means backward direction is also given to us. Means we will start moving from backward direction, from the last. So here this is index location -1, this is index location -2, this is index location -3, this is -4, this is -5, this is -6. Now guys, with the index, there is an operator that is called index operator. This index operator is represented by this square bracket like this. So this is used to extract, or access, you can say access the value is stored inside the list. What I'm trying to say over here, guys, let's say if the name of the list is L, come back over here. If I write like this, print L of 0 location. So the output, guys, will be the element is stored at 0th location, that is A. So output will be A. In the same way, if you write print L at location, let's say 3, it will give output B. In the same way, location at, let's say 1, it will give the output 1 location over here, it will give output 2. So this is one way of accessing the value. You can also use the negative index as well. For example, if you write print L of -1, -1 means you are talking about this location, this value. So the output will be this location, guys, this value. So now I'm going to show this all those theory. Let me take you on a Jupyter notebook and I will show you all those theory over here. So let's say I'm going to create a list. Let's say list L with, let's say, 5 elements. Any random, I'm going to take value 5, 8, then let's say A, then let's say 6, then let's say 9 1 second, let's say. So I'm going to create a list of 5 elements. Okay. Now, as I suggested you, the list has been created. If I write print and see the bracket. This is bracket like this, curly braces. Now this I'm going to use L, and within this L I'm going to use let's say 2. What does mean it? It means this is a 0th location. This is 1 location. This is 2 location. So the output will be this A. Let's cross check it whether we are getting this or not. So let me just execute this. So let me execute this. You can see over here A. In the same way, if we are going to write like this, print this bracket, within this I'm going to write L, and let's say -2. So obviously you can guess very easily. I think you have guessed it, and this is going to be a 6 because the -1 means 9th element. This element you are talking about. -2 means at this location what is stored, that will get that written by the system. So you can see over when you execute this, you're going to have a 6. So that I want to teach over here. Now let's any query I can answer if you have any query.
Yes, sir. Most of the people have queries, so let me allow them to talk. First of all, yes, Goshant, say whatever the doubts you have. You can communicate with the sir regarding the same.
Your voice is not audible.
Yes, Goshant, just say clearly, please. No, you are not audible. Can you please remove your headphones if you are using one? No, no, you are not audible. So let me ask you on the behalf of you, sir. What he is asking is, like in the list, you have told 2 options: either use large bracket or use list list, right?
Yes, that's for creating a list.
Okay, so instead of large bracket, we have
It's
any
not a
alternate
large,
option?
it's a square bracket.
Yes, square bracket. Is there any alternate option we have?
See, right now the initial level they have to learn these 2 options. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm repeating once again. In order to create a list, either first of all, in fact, there's a term list, there's a term tuple. Tuple I'm going to take next. There is a
Mm-hmm.
representation difference between these two. List is always represented with a square bracket, and
Okay.
tuple is represented with this curly braces. There's a one difference. There is one more difference
Mm-hmm.
that I will explain later on. And apart from this, so let's say if you want to create a list, there are 2 options: either use list constructor or list function like this. For example, let's say if you are going to list 2 comma 3, then it's going to create a list of 2 elements. This is one option. Another
Mm-hmm.
option, you can write directly write like this. This will also create a list.
Okay, okay.
So these are three options. These are 2 options by which you can create a list. And once we store the data inside the list, now second option is how to play around with the data. Play around with the data means what? Sometimes we are going to that add some more element inside the list. Sometimes we might be going to extract some of the element already stored inside the list. Sometimes we modified the element stored inside the list. So in order to play around in such a way, we have to first learn how that elements get stored, how those elements you can extract from the list. So for that, I have already explained it: positive referencing, negative referencing, negative index or positive index, whatever way you want to say. Positive indexing means that numbering starts with a 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. And negative indexing means the numbering starts with -1 and it starts from the end element, the last element of the list to the first element. So direction will be
Okay.
like this. In case of positive indexing, direction will be like this from the first element of the list to the last element of the list. And in case of negative indexing, the direction of movement will be from last element of the list to the first element of the list. So am I clear now?
Okay. Kushant, just write yes in the chat box. It's the doubt is clear from your end. So we have two options as you can see on the screen itself. Yes, okay. So, sir, one of the participant is asking, you are going to, I think, discuss this later on that what is the difference between list and tuple.
Right.
You will
Definitely.
discuss it later on, right?
Yes. Because first
Okay.
we have to cover the tuple. Then only we can
Mhm.
properly understand the difference between these two.
Okay, so it's Harshvardhan. We are going to discuss it later on for you. And we have Raghavendra. Raghavendra, can you please unmute yourself and ask whatever you have doubts? Raghavendra, you have raised hand. You can unmute yourself.
Yes. Hello.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
audible.
Actually, my question is, you uh, telling about the forward direction and backward direction. Forward direction starts from 0, but backward direction starts with 1. It is possible or -1. Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, you can
Okay.
unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yes. The forward direction is start with 0.
Yes.
Okay. The negative that movement negative direction is start backward direction rather than correctly shaped with -1.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other confusion?
No, sir. No. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, okay, sir. I think you can continue now. Yeah, so there are one doubt which is Siddhar. List can be changed while tuple can't be modified. Okay, he is saying something.
So
Fine.
this is a difference. So I will
Okay.
cover later on. Okay.
Okay, so
Patanya.
you can continue. Yeah, you one participant have also something to say. Yes, Neha, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. So I have a question for you. Initially, when we started the session today, you just, told us about the concept of when we are, declaring a variable and we are assigning x is equals to 3, and then we are writing x is equals to hello world. And you were discussing about the concept of, some address that its address will be changed. Like, can you just repeat that once?
Okay. First of all, just answer honestly. Have you have that idea of C programming language?
Yeah, like basics of C. Yeah, I know. Like, I just want to know that what concept you were
First,
actually
no,
discussing.
yes, no. I will cover. But my
Mhm.
request is what? If you know C, that's good thing. But at
Mhm.
the same time, I can tell with my experience, people knowing C programming language when they try to learn Python, initially for few days there is always a confusion,
Right.
right? So my request is what? Just unlearn the C concept,
Mhm.
forget the C concept for few days, and try to
Mhm.
learn Python with a fresh mind. Then once you after 3 4 days, not I'm saying not more than 3 4 sessions. Once again, then try to compare, mix and match. Then you things will be clear.
Right.
Okay. So in fact, in last lecture, I also explained. I am repeating once again. In case of C programming or Java programming, things start from left to right in this direction. So
Mhm.
let's say this is assignment statement. Here variable will came over here, and here some value, right? So in case of C programming, what happens? Let's say if we know that X is a variable that's going to store an integer value, so first we have to tell to the computer that X is a variable of type integer. In future, X is going to store the value integer, right? This is C. But in case of Python, what the thing is like this, as a programmer, this is not your headache to write this. Here, what will happen? Let's say whatever you feel like in mathematics, we used to say let's x is equal to 5. So we will write like this. Whatever we feel like, we will write in this way. Now what computer will do, computer first go to the right hand side and it will see 5 means integer value. Okay, this is the conclusion after seeing this value. And then based upon this conclusion, now computer will say, now your type will be this. Okay, so this is a basic difference.
Right. So basically, Python is going to judge itself that which data type basically we are passing into a particular variable.
Yes,
Does
right.
that make sense?
Yes,
And
yes.
so, sir, my question was actually like if x is equals to 3 or x is equals to 5, and then you're passing x is equals to hello world. So basically, the memory location of x will change.
Yes, see, I'm
Is
telling
that
you.
right?
Yes, I'm telling you what happened. See what happened. In fact, that is not required for data science, but it's for initial. I'm just explaining. When you are saying x is equal to 3, in Python, I'm talking about. What happened? This 3, in fact, in last lecture, I itself covered that everything in Python is an object. So here, right hand side, it is an object. Now, question is which type? Integer type. What is the value? 3.
3.
So first, what Python environment will do, it will create an object of right hand side value. Okay. So in memory location 3 has been created somewhere. Let's say at location 1000. First, this is going to be created. Okay. Now, after creating this, now x start pointing to this. Okay. And the moment, let's say you have written x equal to 3, this is a picture. Now after this, let's say first line. In second line, Python code, let's say if you have written x equal to 5, what will happen? Python will check the right hand side. Oh, this is an object of integer type. So first it will check within a Python how many object of integer type is existing. So obviously it will go and cross check. Only 3 is existing. This is a new one. So it will create 5. This is a new object at different location. Let's say I'm taking arbitrary location. Now x instead of pointing to this, now x start pointing to this.
So
right?
basically, this 1000 won't be overwritten, right? This will
No
get a
overwritten.
new memory location.
No overwritten. 1000 is the address.
10,000.
Now what will happen? Once this get executed, now x start pointing to this, and as far as this 3 object is concerned, earlier x was pointing to this. Now no one is referring to this location, right? You can think in this way. Now position is like this. 3 is not pointed by anyone, and something is not pointed by anyone, that is automatically get destroyed by the Python environment. So this 3 will get destroyed. Okay. Not only this, let's say if you write, let's say at line number 3, if you write y is equal to 5, so Python will go to the right hand side. Python will go to the right hand side, and it will check 5 is already created. Yes, it is created. Because of this line number 2, this is a picture. I am just redrawing this picture. X is pointing to y, 5, right? Because of line number 2. Now, when you execute this, what will happen? There is no new memory location will be created for this 5. Now, y will also start pointing to this.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, this right hand side treatment arrangement first done by the Python environment. And before the creating a new object, first it will check whether already existing object with the same value, with the same data type is there in the memory. If it's there, no need to create a new object. For in this case, for example, 5 is already there. No need to create this. So x is pointing to this. Now y also start pointing to this, right?
Right, that makes sense. Okay, so just one last question I have. You were just saying, when we are creating a list, like I'm just relating this with the concept of Java because I know Java. So basically, I'm just saying that like you're writing list and you're just opening those parentheses which are mandatory for a list in Python. So are we basically like once we are creating the list and if we want to print that list or if we want to check what are the data types inside that list, are we just actually calling that list like print ls1 or print ls2, or we are just printing the data types of that particular list? Are we calling or are we printing? Because I've studied about function calling and all these things, so I was just mixing it with that. Is that right?
See, right now, first of all, I have not talked about function. So this is not a function at all. Only although I have used function for printing purpose.
Okay.
And this is printing, simple printing. Okay. Print
Right.
function, I am using standard print function of the Python that I have used with the integer data type, with float, with a list also I am using this. So till now I have not discussed about any function concept,
Right.
right? Although in a sense I am using this list function. That is for different purpose. I think you get my point.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you.
Okay. Any other query?
No, sir.
One question is that, like Harshvardhan is saying, if we want to store two values in X, then right now you are storing like 3 or 5. So we can store two values in the same way.
To value in the same?
In the same way, like if we want to store
Yes, yes,
two integer digits.
yes.
Okay. The
Okay.
process will be the same.
Yes. You can have any value. Let's say L is equal to, let's say I'm going to create a list,
Mm-hmm.
and you can say 34, maybe 3, 4, 5, something like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to create a list of one single element. That is also
Okay.
possible. Now list, what is this? Okay. So this is, now we have to this. This is also possible. Okay. So this is, guys, please take care that list function constructor. In fact, when I'm going to
Sir,
cover the function, yes,
yeah, sir, not in list. He is saying in the variable, in a simple variable like X or Y.
what do you want?
X or Y in a simple variable, how we can, transfer to more values.
6, 7, 8, maybe a 3-digit value, but it's a single value.
Yes. But like for an instance, Harshvardhan, are you there? You can, ask sir whatever you have doubt. Harshvardhan, are you there? Okay, you can unmute yourself. You can explain in a
Good
more
evening.
better way.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
So if we want to store the 3 and 5 individual both integers in X, how can we do that, sir?
It's not possible. Only list is a one way by which you can store. See, actually arrangement is what? When you are writing X equal to 3, let's say. Okay. Comfortable, accept it. The moment you write X equal to 5, so the latest value is 5. Okay. I told you, no? Just now X is equal to 3 means X is pointing to 3, right?
Yes, sir.
When this get executed, now X, instead of pointing to this 3, now X start pointing to 5, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, so by assigning a variable in the list of X, in that way we can do by list.
Yes, by list, by tuple, by set. I will let you know. Okay.
Okay,
So,
sir.
okay, but here single variable is not possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other query, Aditi?
Yes. Sir, we have most, but we'll, consider now somewhat later. You can continue with more learning as of now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will take the participant once again on the board, and now I'm going to, so obviously till now what we have seen, how to create a list. So within a list, let's say I'm going to take 3 elements, 3, maybe 4 we can think of, let's say hello. This is a list, let's say. So till now we have seen indexing operator. Indexing operator means by using this indexing operator, generally we can extract single element from the list. Generally, please pay attention to my wording. Now, your objective is you want to that have a slice of things from the list. For example, you want to extract these two values at the same time, simultaneously. How you can do it? So for that purpose, there is another operator. This is one method for single value. Another method is slicing operator. And this slicing word basically comes from the slicing of bread, cheese, something like that. So slicing means you are going to take some portion of the existing list in some predefined order or whatever you can think of. Generally, slicing operator is used when you want to extract more than one value from the list. So slicing operator or sometimes people also say colon operator. This is represented like this. This is represented like this. So guys, please pay attention over here. If this is not clear to you, then there's a big problem for understanding data science. So please guys, pay attention over here. So this slicing operator syntax is like this. This is like this. Real syntax will be like this. Here you will say start. Here you will say end. And here you will say step. So guys, 3 values are required. 1, 2, and 3. And one more thing I want to tell over here. Out of these three value, please pay attention over here. This start value is optional. As a user, you may pass it or may not be. Okay, this is optional. This step is also optional. I will tell you with the example, then things will be clear. So guys, let me take you towards this example list over here. So once again, let me draw like this. This is location 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Let's say. Okay. Now you want to extract these two elements. So this is starting with 1. So you will say within a L, this bracket, within this bracket, you will write like this, 2 colon operators. This is slicing. You want some sort of slicing. So you will say, I want the slice over here from this point to this point. So let's say starting with location 1. So you will write this one, means this one, I'm talking about this one. You will write 1 up to this point, location 2. But in Python, what they have done it, let's say you want to extract this element. So what they've done it, that end pointer, basically this is called a start pointer, pointing to which location? Starting location. I want to extract the value from this point to end. This is the end pointer. So end pointer should always to have one more location in this forward direction. So start pointer is pointing to this location, end pointer is pointing to this location. But when you are going to print it, so let's say 1, then you will write 3 over here. Guys, please make a note over here. Although you want to have the value 3 and 5 that are stored at location 1 and 2, but here I am writing 1 and 3. This is Python. They have made this arrangement. So the starting pointer is pointing to this first location. This end pointer is pointing to this last, that one more location over here. And you want in continuous that, so the step will be 1. So when you print this, guys, the output will be 3 and 5. Okay, guys, let me take one more example and things will be clear. Let's say list is equal to 1, 5, 8, let's say 3, 10, let's say, 7, let's say. So there are 0th location, first location, second location, third location, fourth location, fifth location. Okay. So I'm just, for simplicity, I'm just, that telling you the simple example. For example, if you write like this L and you are saying 1, 2, 1, let's say. What does mean it? You are saying that the start pointer at the location this. Start pointer is pointing to this location. This is start pointer. Please pay attention over here. This 2 means your end pointer is pointing to this location. Okay. So what will happen? And this one means continuous. I will let you know what this means by step size. So what will happen, guys, over here? As I told you, whatever is pointed by this end pointer will not printed. This is a Python assumption. So only in this case 5 will get printed, guys. The output will be 5. Take one more example, then things much clear. Let's say if you take, you want that slicing should be start from 2, and let's say end with location 5, and let's say this is 1. What will the output? So before that concluding the output, first just see. 2 means the start location is 2. You are saying the start location is start pointer for this reference to this example. Start pointer over here and the end pointer over here at this location. So everything you will get printed except whatever is pointed by this end pointer. This will not get written before this 10. So in this case, the output will be, guys, 8, 3, 10, not 7. Please make a note over here. This not 7 because 7 is pointed by this end pointer, and whatever things is pointed by the end pointer will not get returned by the slicing operator. So guys, this is one thing. Now you take, let's say I'm going to take one more example. L. Now I'm going to print, let's say, starting with 0. I'm going to that last pointer is 4, and I'm saying 2. So what does mean it? Let me just rough all those things, and things will be clear when I rough all those things. So let me erase all those things. Now once again, just concentrate over here. So this means what? The start pointer at the location this. So this is my start pointer. First you draw this as a beginner, just draw this pointer type scheme over here. The 4 means end pointer, and this is, in fact, let me just remove over here. So 4 means this end pointer, so this is, let's say, end pointer. And see over here, what you are saying, start pointer and end pointer. So you have to move from start to end, like in this way. So you are at here, at this location, 0 location. You are saying just jump 2 location, and whatever is there, then print this. So you are going to take this one, then you are going to say take this one location. Basically from here you have jumped over here and jumped over here. 2 jump, because here 2. Whatever value over here, that much you have to jump over here. So it will give 1, 8, and again 2 jump. This jump and this jump. But unfortunately, what will happen? This jump leads to this value, and this value is pointed by the end pointer. So this will not get printed. So in this case, guys, the output will be, in this case, the output will be 1 and 8 only, guys. So better, in order to understand all those things, let's move to the Jupyter notebook, guys. So let's move to the Jupyter notebook. I will take you to the Jupyter notebook and things will be clear. So let's say I'm going to create a list 1, let's say, with the, let's say, 7 or 8 elements. I'm going to write 7 or 8 elements, 4, 6, 7, 8, let's say 2, 10, let's say, in fact, take a mix type things, true. This is a string, guys. Now, guys, in this I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements, guys. So let me execute this. Now computer has learned list 1 is a variable of type list and pointing a collection of 7 elements, and those elements are forming a list. Okay. Now, guys, I am going to write list. Pay attention over here. I am going to write like this. Within this, I am going to use 2 colon operator, guys. You can see over here, and I'm going to create some space over here so things will be clear for you. Yes, guys. So the first value, whatever you write over here, this is start value. You want to have a slice. You want to extract some piece of elements from those given original list. Let's say you want to start with location number 1. And let's say you have written over here location number 7. And you have written over here 2. What will happen? So guys, please pay attention over here. In fact, let me draw over here once again for your list 1 is having a 7 elements. 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 10, and true. And as I told you, each element should be separated by the comma. You can see each element is separated by the comma. So I have created a list. Now, what I'm saying, just consider over here, start is equal to 1. So means my start pointer is over here, because numbering start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is your numbering, indexing. Start pointer is pointing to this location. So this is my start pointer. And the 7 is over here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, You can see over here, but 7 location is not here. So imaginary, you can think of 7 something over here. So you can think of end pointer is pointing to this imaginary location, imaginary value. Okay, in reality it's not exist, but just draw it. In this way we have drawn over here. Now see this 2. 2 is what is doing? You will start your journey from here, because journey start with a start. And what is saying? Jump 2 location. First jump, second jump. So 6 will be returned, then because of second jump 8 will be returned. Now you are at here, again jump 2 because it's 2. So you are at here, jump number 1, jump number 2. So you will return 10. Guys, please make a note over here. This is jump number 1, jump number 2. This is once again jump number 1, jump number 2. So 6, 8, 10. Now from here you will jump, you take 2 jumps, one over here and one over imaginary location. And obviously imaginary things will not get printed because this is pointed by this end pointer. And guys, this is a fundamental formula of Python. Whatever value that is pointed by end pointer in the whole Python, only there is one exception, that the things when will come, I will let you know. Apart from this, this is Python convention. Everything that is pointed by the end pointer will not get printed, guys. So in this case, the output will be 6, 8, 10. Let me run this, the code for you, so that things will be clear for you. Let me erase first all those things. Now I'm going to execute this code for you. So see over here, guys. This is the output, guys. 6, 8, 10. So guys, this is the real crux. Now that any questions, guys? If you have any questions, please ask.
Sir, give me a minute. Yeah. So we have multiple participants in here. Yeah, Goshant, I'm telling you, I'm giving the permission again to unmute yourself and let me know that your audio is clear as of now or not. Yeah.
Am I clear now, Adit?
Yes, you are. Ask.
I just have one question which I couldn't ask earlier because of the audio issues.
Mhm.
You know, we can use square brackets and we can also use list command, right? So my question is, while we use list command, what kind of a brackets we need to use? Square brackets or round ones? Because I executed with the round ones using list command and I got error as you got, earlier.
Yes, yes, yes. See, first thing, list that you have used. In fact, I have used, not you have used, I have used list and this. So this is some sort of function that is a concept that will be covered in the few that maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow lecture. Okay, then things will be clear. So list is a function. So how to create a function, how to use a function, you think that everything will be explained to you. So so you think in this that thumb rule in a sense that when something is a string is written with this curly braces, this means you are talking about a function, right? And when you're talking about this square bracket, that means you are talking about indexing operators. Two different things, right? Now, am I clear now?
Gushant, is it clear from your end? Just write yes in the chat box. Okay, yeah, he is clear, sir. Pooja, you can unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay. So my question was similar one which earlier is asked. It was regarding list function, list function where only one argument integer was passed, but it gave error. And then
Hello. Hello.
Pooja, are you there? Yes,
Hello.
Pooja.
am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So my question was similar one. If we use list function, In that case, when we pass one argument, like if I create a variable L1 equal to list 345, so it give error, but when we add the square bracket to it, it ran successfully. So can you put some light on this, sir?
Yes, 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 definitely. See, this idea till now, I have told you two methods for creating a list. So, see, in fact, this I am just going to some idea about this list constructor or list function. It is used for creating a that null value list. Means there is no element. Okay, right? Null value list means null element. There is no element. Okay, empty list. In fact, instead of using null, better to write empty element. Okay, empty list. Creating an empty list. Okay, this is the one use. First thing. Second, this is also used. This function is also used. Let's say one tuple is given to us. We want to convert that tuple into a list. Okay. For that, we will use this. So this is going to use for type conversion. Okay. So that not going to cover in this lecture, later on. Right. And what will happen when you are going to, in fact, I will let you know in the future lecture when you are going to write list, the single element. So this is not defined for integer. Okay. Here it is expecting something that maybe you are passing list in within this you are passing a list, or maybe you are passing a tuple. Either you are passing a list over here or tuple over here. So what will happen when, for example, when you are passing list 2, 3, it will treat as an integer and it will give error. Here what is expecting list. So if the moment when you write like this list, this same curly braces, within this you are writing like this 2, 3, and I told you no, this is automatically creating a list. So you are passing list over here inside this, right?
Right.
Idea is clear now?
Yeah, okay.
See that sometimes what happens, if things are not clear, just wait for another concept. Then you know that you can link up your confusion with the new concept, right? So just rest assured, the moment I am going to cover the tuple, okay. In fact, let me just show you the tuple one example. Then might be I don't want to discuss the tuple right now, but anyhow, if you are saying, let's say L is representing one tuple. Tuple is always this by this square bracket. So 3, 2. Let's say this is a tuple. I have created tuple. Okay. Now if I check this type of this L, this is going to be a tuple. Okay. Now I want to convert this L into a list. How I can do it? I will write like this list, and when this I am passing L, and let's say this L. Now I'm going to let's say this L is equal to I am writing this. So guys, you think over here. This L, this side represented is an old thing, and this is a new latest thing. When I'm going to execute this, see what will happen. Let me just execute this. Now I have executed this. Now after executing this, once again if I check the type of L, this converted into a list. Now am I clear?
Yes.
Now it's clear? Okay. So I want to discuss tuple in the next lecture. Here I want to discuss slicing operator. So any confusion in slicing operator, I have just covered the half portion of the slicing operator. The slicing operator is tricky one. So this is clear?
Pooja, just say yes if it's clear from your end.
Yes, sir. This is clear.
Okay, great. So we have more participants in here who wants to unmute. Nivedita, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
I just have one question, like about the slicing operator. Is it possible to do it backwards?
Yes, possible.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was possible. I just want to know how it is done.
Yes.
Can you please explain how it is done?
Yes, I definitely. So first of all, Just pay attention on the board. This is visible to you?
Yes.
So let's say the first 4, 6, 8, 9, let's say, and 10, let's say. For simplicity, I have taken a numerical values only. Okay. So how many values are there?
5.
5. Okay. So negative indexing will be like this: -1, -2,
Yes.
-3, -4, -5. And here is indexing is what? 0, 1, 2,
0.
3, 4. Okay. Now, if I write like this, L starting with 0, please pay attention over here. Now ending with -2, and let's say this is 1. Okay. This is start.
Okay.
Right? This is end pointer,
Yeah.
and this is step pointer, right? So as a beginner, you have to draw this diagram once and twice, and then later on things will be clear to you. So now start with 0. Means your start pointer should point this value, right?
There. Yes. Yeah.
And end is -2. -2 is this. Here, this is basically
Yes.
talking about indexing. -2 here means your end pointer is pointing this 9 value.
Yes.
Okay, and this step is 1. So what essentially you will do, basically the output of this will be going to what? You know, as I told you, everything gets printed except whatever is pointed by the end pointer, that will not get printed. So in this case, you will start moving from 4 and then jumping of one element, then 6, because 1 over here, step is 1. Then once again jumping over here, you will reach at here. And once again from here, jumping over here, you will reach over here. And but since this is pointed by the end pointers, this will not get written. So the output will be 4, 6, 8. Now, am I clear?
Okay. Yes. But I have another question also right now.
Yes.
Is it possible to print from backwards, like 10, 9, 8, like that?
Yes,
Using
possible.
the slicing operator.
It's possible. Possible.
Okay.
So,
So how?
Simple. You just draw this map only. See, whatever value come over here, that is start pointer, this is end pointer, this is step pointer, means jumping. How much
So
elements, how many elements you want to jump. So for example, let's say either you can write like this, starting with 4.
4.
4 means this fourth location. Here location will come 4, and let's say you are saying you want to go at 1.
At 1, yeah.
And obviously you are moving from from end to this direction, backward direction. So step must be negative here.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
step, let's say -1. Now see what will happen. First you place your pointer. 4 means your pointer at this location. Right? 1
Yes.
means your pointer at this location.
Yes.
And obviously you will move from start to end direction. So the fourth location, you will start 10 and jumping with -1 means one element jump in backward direction. Then one element jump in this direction. Then one element jump in this direction. And this 6, since is pointed by the end pointer, this will not return. So output will be, can you tell what will be the output?
Output will be 10, 9, 8.
10, 9, 8. So I think now things are clear.
Yes. So if you're actually using the negative, the upper one, the -1, -2 indexing. So if that is the case, you'll have to start from like -1, then put the end point as -4 and the step as -1. Am I correct?
What you are saying? Come again, what you are trying to say in start position, what you want?
-1.
-1, okay.
End position as -4.
-4, okay.
And step as -1. Is it going to give the same answer? Like
Yes.
10, 9, 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just
They're
want to
different
make it
way.
clear.
Now I
Thank
am
you.
going to ask one more question. I'm going
Okay.
to ask one more question. Instead of writing this, let's say this is +1.
Okay.
What will the output?
I am supposing it's going to give an error or like not print anything at all.
It will give empty list.
Okay.
So this is something like that. Let's say I'm giving some layman example. You can connect very easily. Let's say think of your parents. Your mother is saying do something, okay?
Okay.
And your father is saying opposite of that. Don't do this.
Okay.
So what you would say in this case? Please guys, you decide, both of you decide what I have to do it, then I will do it. So you will stuck, right? You will not do anything.
Yeah.
Right? In the same way, you think in this way. So there are two directional things is that you are giving over here. One is this start and end pointer combination. This is giving direction whether you are going to in this direction or in this direction, right?
Yes.
Okay. And second step is also telling you the direction.
Yes.
So in this case, earlier both direction was matching, that's why you got the output. But in this case, 4 to 1 means your start and end pointer is saying go in backward direction. I'm talking about this example.
Yes.
Okay. And now your step is saying go in this direction.
Yeah. So it will actually give us a.
So both will conflicting things. The output will be empty string. Sorry, empty list. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.